Come on. There it goes. Good morning. Had everything set up and something always has to go wrong. Hopefully everybody's having a good morning. I'm not awake yet. Boy, the weather don't help. It's raining. But I can't say I take rain over snow any day, so can't really complain. Got my stuff together this morning. That's something new. Hardly ever happens. Oh well.
With us wanting a smoothie.
Come on.
That's what you support. That's what you love. You don't, but you don't own this. You don't own.
I hate when my Facebook or my YouTube does that. Call it Facebook. No wonder it does that. I insult it. Boy. Well, at least it's not cold. I mean, terribly cold. So it is a lot cooler than it was yesterday, though. Like by almost 20 degrees. It's crazy. And then it's supposed to be as warm tomorrow as it was yesterday. Everybody wonders why people stay sick. So, that's how it goes, though, I guess. Can't wait for the weather to get over its bipolarness for the winter. Morning. How are you? Yeah, me too. So, the weather sucks. Actually, I am too. My cups are probably just substantially bigger than yours. Oh well. Mm, no, it's just rainy. Like it's a little windy, but like not enough to complain about. It just it's rainy, so you know. I'd rather have rain than snow, though, for sure. Um, thing is, it's gonna keep jumping for like the next week. Like, well, it's gonna go to the 50s and 60s, but then we're supposed to get a buttload of snow. They say it'll be the last time for the winter, but we'll see. This is Michigan. I think it was still snowy in April last year. It's just kind of a nasty day. Oh well. Yesterday was nice. Spent too much time outside though. I was sneezing my head off. So, yeah. Yeah, I have really bad allergies. So, why does it sound like my TV just turned on? Okay, that's a little weird, but I guess. Maybe it's downstairs. I can't tell. Good morning. Um, yeah, it's downstairs. Thank you. Normally I hear it from upstairs, not downstairs. That was a little different. I do know nobody's outside right now because it's raining. Yeah, it's raining. But, oh well. I would have thrown that damn thing away. Uh-uh. Nope. My TV starts going off by itself and it's going off my balcony. It was just weird because it sounded like it was coming from my living room. So I guess if it's on, and I'll turn it off when I get out there. But if it does it again, it's not staying. Ah, well, that's easier to deal with. I know my TV is definitely not on no timer because it stays off 24/7. Unless I've got like my nephews over. So, or a game's on. Baseball's going to be starting. So I'll be watching that. But, me and TV don't really mix unless it's for sports. Oh well. Not me. I hope the Tigers win. Good morning. Um, yeah, I'm a Detroit fan, of course. You couldn't guess that by my football choices or my other sports choices. The only sports I really watch are football. I watch a little bit of basketball and then baseball. So, but all my teams are Detroit, except for college. My team is Michigan, not Michigan State. So, yeah, I have a friend that said that too, but I'm not a Pittsburgh fan. I'm a Detroit fan. So, I wish Detroit would do better, but I'm still a Detroit fan. Detroit fan. If I could spit it out. There is absolutely no snow left on the ground anymore. Like, not even where it was piled up. I noticed that this morning. I will. I will, and you'll love me anyway. uh, I know. Eventually, we might win something, you know? Gotta have a little bit of hope. Michigan won the Natty not too long ago, so we had that, but still haven't seen a Super Bowl from Detroit. It's quiet in here this morning. Yeah, it's raining. I can see it. Hopefully, it's like not blowing onto my porch. Like it's a little breezy, but I think my porch should be okay. Yeah, I noticed that. Like they said Jim Carrey, and the guy walked up, and I was like, "That's not Jim Carrey." Oy vey. Like I was completely confused. Like that's not Jim Carrey. Same here. Shit, you know, 60 grand. Yeah, I'll punch anybody for 60 grand. Well, almost anybody. Can't say anybody. Like, so. Just like my grandma telling me before I went into the army, you can't go into the army because you'll have to kill people. I was like, yeah, I can because if they're shooting at me, they deserve to be dead. uh, like, oh well. I get my grandma saying it because my grandpa was in the war and my uncles and my dad were served, so I get where she was coming from, but like, I'm not the one. If you're shooting at me, I'm gonna shoot back. So she passed away a few years ago. She was like 99. Yeah, yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, I do. I do. My grandpa was a general. He flew in World War II. So yeah, kind of born with it. Grew up an army brat, so me and my youngest brother both served. We were both at the same AIT, which is at Advanced Individual Training you do before after you finish basic training. We didn't go at the same time, but we both went to the same place. So Must be cooling down outside a little bit. I guess my heat just kicked on. It's actually not bad outside right now. So temperature wise, but like I don't get it. Today's high is only supposed to be 40 and then tomorrow's high is supposed to be 56. Like it was 57 yesterday. It was like 38 when I woke up this morning. So I'm glad we're getting into the warmer patterns though. Instead of being like can't go outside cold. I had to laugh at that short that I posted this morning. What do you, I don't even remember the title. Anyhow, about them asking what what do you say to Iran? That's what it is. And like Joe Biden, yeah, Biden goes don't, and Harris goes don't, and Trump goes, I'm gonna bomb the shit out of them. I had the hardest time making that short without completely losing it. So that one was fun. I had the hardest time just not completely laughing my ass off when he started saying that. And then he did it. That's what makes it even more funnier. Our president is definitely a comedian. Like he wrote this True Social about wiping out the Navy. Like they've sunk 20 warships or something like that. I know they just had one with the torpedo. Was it the night before last, which is the first time a submarine's hit any ship with a torpedo and more since World War II. But yeah, he's silly. He's like, we wiped out their military, something else, or we wiped out their navy and something else, talking about the damage he did. But he's like, on the out, but besides that, their navy's doing great. I'm like, only Trump can make a joke while talking about like decimating people, which is I wish he was president when I was in the army. I would have loved that. So, some of the stuff he comes up with. Oh yeah, he does. Like I don't understand why people don't understand when the man says he's going to do something, he's going to do it. Like the whole thing was he tried to be really diplomatic about this whole Iran thing. But what nobody wants to say is the entire time that they were trying to talk to Iran, Iran was making videos and putting out statements on how they were going to wipe out our aircraft carriers that were over there, threatening and threatening. And then people were like, well, this didn't need to happen now. Well, if it didn't happen now, they would have struck us before we struck them, and they've been threatening and threatening. Even before we sent troops over there, anybody over there, they were threatening us. But you won't hear that in the mainstream media. They don't want that narrative to be told. So, yeah, that figures. Yeah, businessmen are much, Trump is so much better than like a politician. He's doing so much, more than like Look, for 4 years they said, oh, we have no way to control the borders. There's no way to stop it. And like one day, Trump shut it down completely. Like zero immigrants, like illegal immigrants across our borders in like months and months. So, like, are you kidding me? Oh, I remember him. Yeah, but most businessmen don't have, like, there ain't no better way than say it than the balls of Donald Trump. Like, the man ain't afraid of anything. He got shot in Pennsylvania and stood up and said, fight, fight, fight. And he went back to Pennsylvania. Like, come on. I had to laugh. I was watching a comedian, and he's like, man, I wasn't sure about Trump at first, you know, with everything the mainstream media was saying and everything. I wasn't sure about him. But when I seen that man get shot and stand up, fight, 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 I knew he was my president. Like, well, I knew that before. Like, every time I voted for him. So, like, if he wouldn't have been messed with in his first term, he would have got so much more accomplished in his first term. But, like, look, they're trying to sabotage him. Like, the minute they found out that he was going to run for president, they came up with the Russia hoax. Not only that, but they started tapping into their uh, phone and stuff of Trump supporters, and which is illegal, and listening to the shit. That'd be cool. What time does he go live? Uh, I'll be there if my head allows. Yeah, I know. Uh, we'll see how I feel. I don't know what happened yesterday, but my neighbor, like, well, she brought me Tylenol. She brought me 2 more bags of gummies, too. I got these guava, and then these. They're like a gummy with nerd clusters in them. Yeah. Well, my thing is, I'll lay down and, like, I'll lay down at 8. I'll be up till midnight, and I'll be back up at 2:30 or 3. So, yeah, the candy. They're both indica, I think. Yeah, they're both indica. That's not my problem. So, I just have a really hard time sleeping. I'm lucky if I get to sleep that in a night. So, there's some nights I'll sleep maybe 3 hours at the most. And there's some nights I'll sleep like 30, 45 minutes. Depends on if I dream or not, really, or when I dream is more like it. Not if, but when. So, but I survive. The only problem is my dreams are replaying real life in my head, so it's really hard to forget them. It's hard to explain to people who don't understand, like, how PTSD works, I guess. I mean, other people have PTSD besides veterans, but I've actually got CPTSD, which is as high as it gets. So, but I'm used to very little sleep. Yeah, everybody's experienced trauma, that's for sure. Like, I experienced trauma before I even put myself through more trauma. Like, I chose to do that, nobody else. They're like, well, how do you handle it? I just remind myself that I chose that. Nobody else chose it for me. So, life happens. Everything we do in life comes with consequences, whether positive or negative, or both. They all come with consequences. So, that's the way I look at it anyway. My upstairs neighbor is up. That is loud as shit. So loud. At least I didn't jump this time. I bet, poor guy, he ain't got no fur to keep him warm. He needs a doggy coat. Too cold out there for him. So, good morning, Raymond. How are you? Nice to see you this morning. Get him a they make little doggy shoes, guys, and they work. Well, that's good that it's not raining yet. But they do make boots for puppies, for doggies, if they don't like their feet getting nasty, but you need them to go potty. So, my chihuahua I had when my kids were young hated the cold weather. And so when he would go out in the snow, he would walk on his front feet and like pee on his front feet. And like he would walk on his front feet the whole way, all the way to the door. Awesome. I'm glad to hear it. I hear somebody outside coughing too. I don't know if they're like running their shower or if they like flush their toilet. and it's just consistently running, but it's loud and a little annoying. I wonder if my thing is that loud downstairs. Um, That's crazy. I gotta get out of these apartments. I, they want me to move to another one. Like, I don't even know, but I would probably rather find a place that don't have 3 stories, so I got people above me, people under me. I'm not a people person. I want to be away from that. So, like, just give me a little trailer in the middle of nowhere. Like, the woods would be the best. You took my thought. So, I was getting there, man. God, I love you. Give me time to speak. Yes, exactly. That's so funny that you said that right when I was getting ready to say it. Like, that would be perfect. Definitely. So, good morning, Sam. How are you? Oh, I was daydreaming about a log cabin in the woods with a covered porch. It's Finder's fault. Man, I've been through them, but have never had the time to stop and see anything there. But it's so pretty. I would love living there. Awesome. Hopefully that goes well for you. Yeah, I know what you meant, son. Hopefully it's a good visit. Yeah, yeah, it, no, Montana, I'm not that, you know, I think Colorado is prettier than Montana is. But the Dakotas, yeah, I would love to like go visit there. So pretty. Like, you've never seen Montana? It's it's a beautiful state, but like realistically, I've flown over every state in the United States and I've drove through almost every state in the United States. And I could say flying is the best way, like to see it. Although I don't want to fly ever again, it's just really pretty to see from the sky. So, but like, you could tell the difference between Montana and Colorado from the sky, and Colorado is just breathtaking from above. It is so pretty. I've been through there. I've I've been through lots of places in this country. Not that I've ever had time to stop and, you know, do anything there, but I've been through there. Yeah, I love going to Colorado. Like, but the ground don't do it justice. That state's just amazing from the sky. When I first started flying, I used to hate like looking down out of the airplane. Good morning, Mimi. Nice to see you again. How are you? Um, I didn't like to look down, but like one day we were flying over Colorado and I looked down and then I got addicted to looking down because Colorado is so pretty. West Virginia is a beautiful state too. Absolutely stunning from the sky. So, Florida is a pretty state from the sky. The only thing I don't like about Florida is going over the ocean. I never want to do that shit again. I like Virginia. I will never go to West Virginia again. I'll tell you about it one day. It's a long story. Well, when you fly into Florida to Tampa, the flight path literally tracks you out over the Gulf of America and then back into the air to the landing, you know, airport, if I could get my words out. And that's like, especially at night, that's like, I don't like that anymore. That's not my thing. Yeah, I would believe that, Mimi. So pretty. So I've never jumped out of an airplane, but I have a helicopter, so I'm not too much into skydiving. I'll take my zip cord. We had to, though, especially in training. So, oh well. Well, I don't want to do it anymore either, thank you. Like, I'd rather jump out of anything than to be like stuck in the ocean with sharks, though. So I can float efficiently, but I'm not getting away from a shark. uh, like, I don't know. It's crazy. I've seen so many people excited to jump and then pass out halfway through it. There you go, Mimi. Pretty much. Ain't jumping nowhere where the feet ain't on the floor. No, they have this really cool, I don't know if they still have it or not, but in Grand Rapids, they have this skydiving place where they put you in a wind tunnel, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I don't jump out of bed either. Definitely not. That sounds really cool. I don't know. See, I couldn't do that. Like, I float efficiently, but I'm not going anywhere. Um, like, even here in Michigan, you get around the wrong fish here and you're going to get bit. And there's a fish here. I don't remember what it's called. Good morning, Senate. Nice to see you. Um, I don't remember what it's called, but its freaking teeth are like this big. It almost looks like a piranha. It's stupid. You don't want to catch one of them things. And if you do, you might want to lift up your feet because they do bite viciously. People have been hurt by them. So, a catfish will take a chunk out of you too if you don't hold it right. Loud. They're my neighbors, I guess. It is what it is. I have to say it's quieter now than it was a few minutes ago, but I could definitely hear them up there. And I had to be downstairs that I thought my TV was on because I don't hear it anymore. I did for a while, so that's why I was questioning it. And I keep my TV down low too, just in case it does get bumped or something come on, if the remote falls a certain way. The problem is, usually by the time you could tell it's a fish with teeth, it's already up out of the water and you're swinging it onto the boat. We have lots of water, but you're hard pressed to find like a lake or anything where you can see the bottom. So, like it's hit or miss. You just pray that you don't catch that one. And if you do, yeah, I'm not bad. I smoked right before I started this, and I got my live resin and liquid diamond mixed in here. If it turns on. So, yeah, it's just a nasty day here. I want to be outside. I'm gonna go outside if it's not raining, like into my porch. Our porches are basic patio, whatever you call the damn thing. It's not even a patio, it's a balcony. They're pretty much covered. They're covered from the top, but when the wind's blowing, yeah, there's no luck. So, and I know it's not very windy outside, so hopefully it's that's nice. It's good to stay informed, but like take with a grain of salt who you're watching too. Like CNN and Ms. Now and ABC, they're not telling the truth. Not a damn one of them are. No news media right now at all, other than Fox. And Fox is just doing a little bit, are telling you the truth about what's going on over there. If you want to find out what's going on over there, there is IRL TV here on YouTube, which is an Israel channel. There's also Tulsi TV. He's also in Israel. Um, those are like the best sources for actually finding out exactly what's going on over there. Yeah, it does. I agree with that. She did, dude. So, Jasmine I I almost said her name wrong. Jasmine Crockett lost the Senate seat, right? Because they had the primaries, and she lost it to another Democrat. But it's the Republicans' fault that she lost a Democrat primary. Anybody want to make that one make sense? Like, she straight up said that we were cheating and we weren't going to get away with it, which is amazing because when Trump said it, it was a sin, but now that she's saying it, it's okay. She's an election denier more than even Trump was or is because that the election was stolen. That was proven. So does Tulsi TV. Matt Morse on YouTube. He's here in America, but he's been doing Tulsi TV is live right now. Um, but he's been doing pretty much nonstop coverage too, and he's showing the bombings and stuff too. The thing is, they'll like show intercepts and stuff, but if a bomb is actually coming in to hit, they take all the cameras and turn them down towards the ground so that you can't see it actually happening unless a civilian somewhere on the ground is recording it. So my neighbor already this morning. Oh yeah. Well, at least it's not like as bad as it was yesterday. But this time yesterday, she had sent me like 4 messages, and I wasn't dealing with it. So, oh well, that happens sometimes. Ouch. It was really windy here the other day, and I see one of them little finchy birds, the tiny ones. The wind grabbed it, and like, I don't know, it knocked it to the ground. And I've not seen that before, but the poor little thing sat there for a minute, got up, and flew away. Yep. Um, I know their missile capabilities are almost completely annihilated. It went from like 85% annihilated to like 92 or 93% now. So Hegseth says, not Hegseth. Yeah, Hegseth. Where are you going? Um, anyhow says that Israel and America will have complete air control over Tehran, which is in Iran, this week. Yep, that's for sure. I felt bad for the poor little thing. So, like, how do you drink your coffee? Because it seems like you said you liked flavored coffee or something. I just drink mine with milk, so my mom, she uh got cancer and stopped hers, and then she still doesn't eat anything with sugar in it, but she's been cancer free for I think 2 or 3 years now, so she just never went back. Nothing wrong with that. A little bit of sugar is never gonna not gonna hurt you. Tiny bit, but I gotta have milk in mine. Yeah, that it is. So I used to drink like sugar in my coffee when I was young, but I haven't for years. Honestly, like I think the last time that I had sugar in my coffee was right after I got home from uh the army. Yeah, for sure. So like they forced the Ayatollah's son to become the new Ayatollah. Like that's how everybody's reporting it and everything. Like not even mainstream media because they won't come out with that. Probably Fox reported it correctly, but like everybody over in Israel and people in Iran are like they forced. Like that's funny. He was forced. And then Israel, I think this morning was told him he wasn't gonna last, so he probably like wanted to turn around and run when they came up with that idea. Like, did you not just see my dad get blown to shit? uh, so I noticed in the last since this year I have not seen a taco meme about Trump. Trump always chickens out. That like completely died. Normally they try to throw it into anything that Trump's gonna do, and this time I did not see one meme about Iran. So shows you how much he chickens out. But they started saying that about illegal immigrants, like he was gonna chicken out and not do what he's supposed to. Sorry. My goodness. Okay, that's gotta go over there. uh, oh, definitely going outside and smoking before I deal with my neighbor. Just not feeling it at the moment. Like, I love her to death, but I don't know. Like, I need a break sometimes. So, oh well. Well, it's getting windy. I can hear it now. The rain still needs to stay off my porch, though. Like, I want to stay dry outside. My thing is, I don't know why they didn't put like a little. First off, the patios have the slitted wood. So if somebody doesn't clear their patio, or I'm doing it again. Oh well, their porch on the top, it starts to melt. It comes down to my level, and then the bottom's just screwed because every time it snows, they're getting snow on their porch. Because that's what they have as a porch. So, little tiny patio, but I don't think it's big enough to be considered a patio. That's why I call it a porch. So, you can fit one little chair out there. But I can't get down there. The hell? Now they're gonna start thumping up there. I don't know what that was, though. I couldn't tell if it was the hallway or somebody slammed a door. Yucky. Nope. If it if it's too windy here, I'm not even going outside. Like, I'm gonna be lucky to keep my voice at this point. But it's supposed to be in the 60s next week, and I will definitely be outside for that. I just get Benadryl before I do. I always wear a beanie outside too. Usually, whether it's weather or winter or summer. Or sometimes I'll wear one of these. It just depends. That has to be out in the hallway. Of course, it's gonna start getting noisy around here. Part of the day you actually want to be quiet is noisy, and then at night it gets even noisier. So last night I was so mad. Like, so mad. They were so loud up there. Oh well. Sometimes it's like I don't think they realize how heavy they're walking or whatever, but sometimes it feels like they just do this shit on purpose. So it's hard to say with people around here. I don't even know who they are. I've met that guy up there like twice in the hallway. And then the guy downstairs helped carry my new dresser into my in here with my nephew. So I've met him a couple of times. I hope that's not my door somebody's knocking on because I ain't answering it. But I think it was. That's definitely my door. Alaska's a beautiful state, but I couldn't do the cold like that. So, good morning, Norma. How are you? Like, Alaska's a really beautiful state, but their normal winters are like 40 and 50 below. No, thank you. Nope, I put up with enough of that crap here in Michigan. I don't know. Yeah. In most places, honestly, in Alaska, if you don't want to be in like a city or an area where there's a lot of people, you almost have to fly to get. And I'm done flying, of course. So, like, though it's a really pretty place. Yeah, no, I'm good. Yeah, visiting wouldn't be bad. But as for living there, no thank you. Gotta visit in summer too. I don't know who was at my door, but I think they left. Like, if you're not gonna text me and tell me you're coming to my door, I'm not answering the door. I don't know who you are. I don't have any appointments or anybody supposed to come over, so oh well. I'd say it was like the landlord, but it's what, Thursday? And she's not here till tomorrow. I love whitewater rafting. Absolutely love it. I was in, think Pennsylvania whitewater rafting, and it was level 2 rapids or whatever, because they go up to 3. 3 is the biggest. And we were going over this waterfall, and my ducky hit the side of a rock and it dumped me. So I went over the side of the waterfall on my butt, but it was a blast. It is so much fun. You just definitely gotta know that if you do fall in the water, you like how to handle that because you can't put your feet down and stuff. You can't freak out. The water's not very deep, and like you just gotta put your feet in front of you and float. Oh, it's a blast. I've done it a bunch. I love whitewater rafting. The only thing that sucks about whitewater rafting is the walk back to the bus by the time it's done. So, yeah. Which is really weird because I'll get seasick in like a canoe or um like a regular boat. I'll get really seasick, but I've never gotten seasick from going whitewater rafting. I've always gotten seasick from regular boats since I was a kid, though. Like, they would literally have to force me on the boat to go because I didn't want to. Oh, never too many things. But yeah, that's definitely fun. Mm. I wonder if my upstairs neighbor came down here and knocked on the door. I don't know why he would, but maybe. Definitely sounded like he was outside in the hallway. So, like, the only time people will talk to you around here is if they want to borrow something from you that they're never going to get back. So, which that I don't mind. Because I don't like talking to people that much anyway, so I really gotta like you to take the time to talk to you face to face. But the thing is, I'm kind of stuck too, so I don't get like they get to go out in the yard and stuff, and I can't go out in the yard because steps. Like they have steps to go down there, but they don't have like a ramp for wheelchairs, so I can't get down there. It'd be nice to though. I'm gonna lose my voice already today. So, oh well. I can hear the birds now, so it must not be raining as heavy as it was earlier. It's like supposed to rain on and off all week until it snows, of course. We're even supposed to have thunderstorms this week. Me too. but we already know that about each other. Like, I, yeah, it's supposed to rain today, Friday, Saturday. Sunday it's supposed to be sunny. Monday it's supposed to be nice. It's going to be 65 degrees on Monday, 64 on Tuesday, and then drop to 42 on Wednesday. Then it's going to be in the 30s and 40s. So, like, the whole of Michigan is going to be sicker than a dog by the time this is over. But then they say it's supposed to warm back up. I'll believe it when I see it, but it usually stays cold here a lot longer than they predict. I guess I'm gonna stop procrastinating. I don't feel like moving right now, but okay. I have to get off here and do a few things, go outside and smoke before I deal with my neighbor. So we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I love you, Binger. And I love you guys. Talk to you later.